What up, everybody, and welcome back. We are back at it again, doing some more drafting here. We're readying up. Looks like we're getting almost right into it. Waiting on this 8th guy. There we go. Alright, let's see what we get. Monumental Facade. It's an oil counter land sphere that you can remove an oil counter and put an oil counter on an artifact or creature you control. It's not a bad card. Really, I mean, there's plenty of good options for that, especially since you can proliferate that the turn it comes down with certain effects. Vincer, when you proliferate, choose one. If you don't control a creature named the Hollow Sentinel, you make one, and then target artifact creature you control gains flying and lifelink. It itself has lifelink and toxic 1. Honestly, let's go and grab that. We're not like locked into any cards or strategies at the moment, so Retrofitter is really good. That could be a good option for us. Skittering also pretty good. If we end up going into blue-red, we get some options for like getting artifacts and then turning them into 4/4s and then oil counters and stuff. I'm not 100% sold on the Facade. Vincer obviously is good too, and there's I think some good artifacts in Temur. So yeah, we got some options here. I like the idea of taking Anointer this early, especially if we do play the Facade, because that's going to make our lives a lot easier. I think it's either between the Retrofitter or the Anointer. Honestly, I think I'm kind of leaning toward the Retrofitter. Let's go ahead and take that. Man, oil is like wide open right now. Yeah. I mean, this is like the oil payoff card for sure. I mean, we gotta take that. I wouldn't be mad if we ended up going like Grixis even, but I mean, as always in this set, you pretty much want to stick to 2 colors if you can. So, I learned my lesson with this. You don't want to play multicolor spells with this. Watcher is an artifact. When it dies, you draw a card, and it goes pretty good with the Retrofitter, so I think I might prioritize this. Off-row Mortality is very good, of course, but yeah, let's go and take the Watcher. Got a Geth. Blister Zoa. Enters the battlefield an oil counter. When it dies, draw cards equal to the number of oil counters on it. It's a 6-mana 4/4 flying, which definitely does work. Vat of Rebirth, if we play black, could be okay. Halberd's really good too. First Strike and Trampled. I mean, you can't deny how good that is. We might be going oil counters this game. Geth isn't all that crazy. I'm gonna take the Geth. Punisher is really good. Fisher is really good. Centurion, that's oil counter synergy payoff. Free from Flesh, of course, definitely good with the oil counters. I think I want to take the Free from Flesh. It's a good combat trick that synergizes with like other things that we're probably going to be playing. Got the white Skull Bomb there. Got some white cards that are open. I definitely like the idea of taking the Centurion. That land was good too, but Centurion, like, this is the deck to be playing it in if we're going pretty hard on the oil counter synergies. Rebuke is removal, which I think we're going to want to take. We end up cutting this a lot of times, unfortunately, but I would like to be able to take the 1. And the red Skull Bomb is good, but I do see a lot of those kind of come and go in most of these drafts. They don't get picked pretty heavily. Let's see. Curator might be okay. I don't see anything else here that we care about too much. The Skitterling is good if we end up playing black, but I think I'd rather play this if we are going to be playing red blue. Yeah, doesn't really matter which one of those we pick. Gladiator opens us up a little bit to black. This I think is unplayable in limited. Plus we're not even in those colors. But 5 mana, 5/5 with menace and reach. Can't deny how good that is. Hybrid, of course, is good. Shrapnel Slinger. Definitely been impressed with this card lately. There's not a lot of great things in this pack. I think this is just generically okay. This is good. Seer, I'm not really impressed by, to be honest. Prism could be okay in like an artifact synergy list, but I'm not very impressed by most things in this pack, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the Tyvar from my own collection. Move that straight to the sideboard. Punisher, good 3-drop. This comes into play with the oil counters on it and does some really good stuff. Cackler, I would like to have that in this deck too. Raptor's good. We'll find some more Cacklers, I'm sure. I think we gotta take the Skitterfang. This card's actually better than it looks. Rebuke is more removal. Got some oil counter synergy there. Another Blister Zoa could be good. I don't want to play too much on the top end, but I have Malcator. Better in the Azorius deck, but still might be okay in this deck too. I think the Blister Zoa. We didn't even take the one, did we? Yeah, let's go ahead and take one. I think we'd like to play at least one of these. Another Geth came around. Another one of these came around. We're gonna have to take this, I think. It'd be good to find some proliferate stuff too, but I think we have to take the Chimera. If we're in this deck, we have to be playing it. The Experiment's good too. I'm glad that we got past one of these. Acre Synthesizer. Hex Gold Slash. Wow. So many good things in this pack. Yeah, I think we gotta take the Slash. Waking the Sleeper is good. Do we have anything that can like sacrifice things? I don't know. We'll see. But I feel weird kind of passing that up in case we did find some sacrifice synergies, but I think I've just been spoiled from a lot of the red-black decks I've been drafting lately. I feel like we need to take the Escaped Experiment. Honestly, I think this card's really good. I mean, the 1 toughness is a little unfortunate on that card, but I think it's worth the risk. Aspirant's just okay. I feel like white has been actually kind of open. How do I want to do this? I'm gonna take the Observer. If for some reason we end up splashing green. Man, has green just been open this whole time too? We were getting like these Vorax right now. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Shrapnel Slinger. Can't believe that Punisher came back around. That's wild. I have Malcator came back around. Let's go ahead and take that. I really don't know if we're gonna be playing it, but I feel like we might as well grab that right now. That's a combat trick. It's not the best combat trick. We probably won't even play it, but I think we will take that. Plague Nurse, wow. We'll take the Plague Nurse. And Titanic Growth, sure. Green Sun's Twilight. Cinder / Ravager. Let's see. In blue and red, we have some kind of weaker options here. Engraver's not the best. Prowler's like, okay, it's an artifact. That's cool, I guess. Experiment is, I mean, obviously I've talked well about this card, but if we were playing green, we'd have options with Ravager and Green Sun's Twilight. I'm gonna take the Green Suns. Whenever one or more creatures you control die, each opponent loses 2, you gain 2. This ability only triggers once per turn. That's still good. I mean, it's a bear that has like death synergies. Blazing Crescendo is good. Nahiri Sacrifice, I'm not as impressed with lately. I'm gonna take the rare. Don't see anything in that pack that we necessarily need. Got another one of these, another removal spell. Let's take the experiment again. Got Strider, Surgical Bay, another slash. We'll absolutely take the slash. Yeah. I don't think there's a reason not to take slash in this format if you're playing red. We did get a red Skull Bomb, which I'm happy about. I've never really wanted to play this card, honestly. Like, I want to think this card's good, but I don't know. I've never seen anybody play it, is the thing. And I myself, I mean, I don't know. I've never really felt like it was better than most of the other things that you could play. Skywarden came back around, in a different pack, obviously, but good that thing came back around. We'll probably play this. I think Battlefist is the only playable in this pack. I mean, could play green if we wanted to. Black, there's not really a whole lot of good options here. If we end up playing green, I think we want the removal spell. Let's see, Thirsting Roots could be good. Insight could be good. Terramorphic Expanse kind of opens up the option to play green a little more. Although, I don't think that we have enough in green. We have the Twilight, which would be really cool, but honestly, I think we should stick to blue-red just for consistency. Let's go and take the Insight. Yeah, got some more experiments. Dude, yeah, this is gonna be sweet. We'll take the Fisher, I guess. Thirsting Roots opens up a little more options on playing green. Prism would be good. Yeah. We really, I mean, we have the option to play green if we want. I don't think we'll play black with what we got. We didn't get a whole lot of crazy things, a lot of crazy options for black. So, go and start by taking out all the black stuff. Got the Geth. I mean, I'm glad that we got some like free, like rares. Like that's 1, 2, 3, 4 free rares that we got. I mean, yeah, we passed up like a couple of like blue and red things, but nothing that I think we couldn't live without, to be honest. I'm glad we took the Facade, and I'm glad that we ended up going pretty hard on the oil counters. I'm not crazy about Titanic Growth. Thirsting Roots is like okay for fixing, but playing one mana and one card to proliferate, I think isn't always going to be the best either. So, I gotta think, like, what are we really playing green for, if we do play green? I mean, I don't think that we're really heavy on, like, the toxic synergy, so, I mean, we have a little bit of proliferate and stuff, but, like, Plague Nurse isn't good enough if we're not hard on toxic. Engulfer is a strong bomb, but we also have other really strong bombs in the late game right now. So it's like, I don't even necessarily care about that. Vorak is good, Predation as removal is good, and Twilight is good. But I don't think that all of that is reason enough for the inconsistency of playing green. So I think we're going to go ahead and take out all of those. And we're left with 41 cards, 40 if we just take out the lands. Like, I think that the way that we drafted this was really good. I think we got a lot of really strong cards here. I am going to play 17 lands in this build because we are playing a lot of cards on like the top end of the curve. I'm really going to hope that we don't end up with like opening hands of like all of these cards in our opening hand, like 2 lands. Like, I mean, the odds are low, but we've already recorded some games where that's happened a few times, and I mean, it is what it is. But you know, we can take out the Ascent as well, and this Eye of Malcator. I'm going to see if this is worth it. It's hard to say, but we're playing a decent number of artifacts. EDTBs and Scries 2, Sometimes that could basically mean like drawing a card effectively, if you want to think of it that way. But then it also becomes a 3-mana 4/4, which is really not bad, honestly. Everything else, we're gonna see how it goes. But this curator, I don't know if the curator's gonna be good enough. I mean, we obviously have like a few instants and sorceries that we could play. I mean, if nothing else, 3-mana. It's a 4-mana 3/4. It would be really sweet to get an insight back with it, honestly. But no, yeah. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. This dude's name is K West, like Kanye. But at first I was reading it like Quest, which is probably what they're going for. Hand slow. We got a Skull Bomb, which can draw us out of it if we need to, but I think it's worth keeping. And try it out. We've got some lands. I mean, we're definitely not going to be hurting for mana here, I think. Okay. Scamp comes down. It's one with haste. Gets oil counters as they cast non-creature spells. Yeah. Let's just pass it back. Thing says remove 3 oil counters, draw a card, discard a non-land. When you discard a card this way, deal 3 damage. Yeah, but not to face. Okay, opponent is also playing red-blue, and they're splashing green, so we're gonna see how their game goes. Retrofitter being able to turn the Skull Bomb into a 4/4 is actually kind of cool, but we're not gonna do that yet. Let's go ahead and just start with the Chimera. Oh, they're playing counter spells. Okay. Cool. And they played a Vorax, so they get to proliferate the oil counter on their Scamp. Well, they can do that if they don't want to get a land off the top 4. Okay, yeah, so they chose to proliferate. Kind of glad about that. I'm really not sold on the Scamp either, to be honest. How do we want to do this? We could play the Retrofitter, honestly, or we could play the Fisher, but I'd rather play the Fisher when we get some lands off the top. So why don't we play the Watcher, and then we'll play the Retrofitter to turn it into a 4/4. I feel like we're going to be sacking the Skull Bomb at some point to put some oil counters on things. Would really like to put the oil counters on this Chimera. I mean, being able to turn oil counters into bolts is really strong. Like 3 bolts unlimited can change games. They can, I mean, like I said, it can determine the outcome of like who wins. Like if you get 1 free bolt, that's great. If you get 2, like that's pretty devastating in some cases. Yeah, 5 lands for the opponent. They have access to 5 mana. Okay, nothing so far. Let's start with combat. We don't have any combat tricks, so we're not going to swing with the Retrofitter. Let's just swing with the Watcher. It's a 4 mana. I mean, it's a 4/4 with flying and vigilance. We basically turned it into a Sarah Angel that whenever it dies, we get to draw a card off of it. So, very strong value. Comes into play, taps a creature. I feel like they might have misplayed there. I think they meant to do that before combat. But now we'll go to damage. Cool. Let's go ahead and play the Chimera. And we'll pass it back. If we don't want to activate the Skull Bomb to put oil counters on things, we could sack it to Shrapnel Slinger to destroy the Chrome Prowler if we want to. Okay. So it's definitely a trap to block one of these. I don't feel good about blocking these. I think I am going to go ahead and just declare no blocks, and we'll take the 6. Yeah. Not sure what the opponent's goal was there, but I wouldn't be surprised if they had any combat trick, and we don't want to get blown up by that. Alright, so we got some options here. I think I want to go ahead and activate the Skull Bomb. Put some oil counters on the Chimera. Okay, that's going to let us draw a card. We drew a land. We don't necessarily need it at the moment, and honestly, we could just draw a card with Fissure on like the next turn and then discard that land that we just drew. So I think for now, let's go ahead and just play the Eye of Malcator. Okay. So that comes into play, we scry 2. They're going to deal 1 point of damage to us. That scry 2 just did the equivalent of drawing 2 cards for us. That was awesome. Let's go to combat. And we will swing all in. Cool, okay. That went through. I think I want to go ahead and activate the Chimera now. We'll discard the Shrapnel Slinger. And we're going to deal 3 to the Vorak. Okay, cool. Awesome. Opponent didn't hold on to priority for like any of that. So that makes me think that maybe they don't have a combat trick. I mean, that's kind of the thing that you can tell whenever like plays go through super quick is like, I didn't have priority, so I didn't get to like do anything on the stack of anything I did. The opponent didn't have priority because they didn't have any cards in their hand that they could play in response to the things that I just did. So like, it basically means that like, whenever they swung in for 6, they got in for some free damage. They knew that we didn't want to block with the Chimera. Pretty much what it came down to. Or they have a sorcery that can do damage or something. They could have done on their second main phase. They were trying to swing in, do that extra like 1 point of damage to the Chimera. So we just want to keep that in mind. If the opponent decides to swing, we could block with the 4/4, but we got to do that knowing that they'll probably destroy the Watcher in their second main. What is this? Oh, cool. Well, let's see. They're getting it for 5. Yeah. Do we want to block that? I mean, we're in fine shape if we don't block it, but we go down to 4, which is dangerous. I feel like we're not gonna win this turn unless we top deck like an artifact. If we do top deck an artifact, we do win. This is really risky. I'm gonna do no blocks. We will just take the 5. Oh, I see. They were able to hold on to priority from the Scamp that one time. Okay, cool. Rebuke is good. It's not an artifact. Let's... Opponent could have some things with haste. I think I want to... I'm gonna hold the Retrofitter back. I'm kind of worried that the opponent now has a, they have that bolt that also proliferates. And if they do, then I think we just lose the game here. going to play the Fisher. We're going to hope for the best, but yeah, this is going to be a really close game. Yeah, if they do have that bolt, then we just immediately lose. Let's just see what they have. Either way, this is the last turn for sure. I feel like if they had it though, they would have just played it by now. Wow. Okay, cool. That was, wow, what a close game. Ooh, good win. Yeah, this hand's good. That's, I mean, that's a whole curve. Yeah, we're going to keep that. I'm glad the opponent's not playing Whisper of the Dross right there. You could just turn one, remove the experiment. Alright, how do we want to do this? The opponent's not going to block. So, when we play this, beginning of combat on your turn, remove an oil counter. A creature gets Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, or Lifelink. Yeah. We are going to do that. We're just going to give it Lifelink. Yeah, we'll take action. We'll give this creature Lifelink. We'll give that creature -2/0. And we'll get in for the 2. So 2-point swing. Definitely would have preferred to be able to remove that Siphoner before we start getting a poison counter. Because once you get the first poison counter, your opponent can start proliferating. So you really want to avoid getting that first one at all if you can help it, but it is what it is. I mean, sometimes things don't quite go that way, so. Yeah, we're gonna play the Chimera. Go to combat, same thing here. Looks like opponent's playing Jund, so we should expect to see probably some big size threats, good removal if they draw the right way. I'm thinking we'll probably free from flesh this Chimera at some point. Because that, I mean, basically immediately puts the whole 3 oil counters on it that we need. Okay, so opponent lost 2, we got a poison counter. They drew 2 cards. That's pretty good. Yeah, they can't swing in. Man. Chimera is so good. Let's go and play... Let's go and play Mountain. We'll go to combat. We'll swing all in. Oh, opponent's got... they got something going on here. Maybe a slash? Yeah, they got a slash. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and free from flesh the experiment. We'll keep it alive. We'll get a little more points of damage in here. So... Nice. Cool. Okay. So we just 2-for-1'd our opponent there with that that removal spell. Or that combat trick, I mean. Oh hey, it's the one and only person playing Rabble. Ooh, we got our own slash. Okay. That's pretty good. Well, let's go to combat, I think. We're ahead on the aggro plan, so let's go ahead and swing in. We'll give their creature token -1/0. It's gonna go ahead and block. I'm cool with that. So, yeah, let's play land since we know we're gonna need 6 at some point for the Blister Zoa. And then getting to hold on to this removal spell is, I mean, I think that could help out this turn or next turn maybe. Yeah, Nimrazor Paladin comes down. We'll be able to remove that with Hexgold Slash. Opponent's going to swing in for 3, of course. Let's go ahead and slash the Nimrazor Paladin now while we have the mana. Okay, getting a lot of lands here. Yeah, 8 lands in the first 13 cards is not what we want. So, let's go ahead and swing in. We got our opponent 6, so if the opponent can't handle our flyer, we pretty much have them on a 3-turn clock. Plus, if we're able to cast another non-creature spell, or proliferate, or if we get the land that can move oil counters on things, we'll be able to get Chimera up to the 3 oil counters to activate, draw a card, maybe bolt something for free, if possible. So, okay, they'll play their Siphoner. Let's see what else. And slash the experiment. Okay, that makes sense. Good thing the Siphoner doesn't have Death Touch. Wow, are we really drawing all of these lands? That, man, I'm telling you, this is the reason why I don't play 17 lands. It's like, so often you come across this situation where you draw into 9 lands now in the first 14 cards of our deck. I mean, the game's not over. It's just like, it makes you think there's something wrong with like the algorithm of the game or something. And I don't want to be superstitious like that, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, like I said, it's like, it's so often whenever I do 17 lands in my deck, I come across this. I mean, 1 or 2 games minimum where you just get flooded super hard. So, okay, Scarmonix comes down. We'll see if they play any rats. Okay, no rats. Play Centurion. That's crazy, man. See, like 10 lands? What are we supposed to do? Like, we might even lose because of this. But I mean, we got to keep on swinging in because I mean, we have our opponents so low here. But of course, like now we're at 3. So I mean, actually, the opponent has a faster clock on us now than we do on them. We're gonna have to get something here, though. Opponent's going to, yeah, recur the 1/1. That makes sense. Wow, that's crazy. Oh well. Oh well. I'm just gonna look at that again. I already forgot. 11 lands and 16 cards. I mean, what are the odds? Yeah. The sand does nothing. Okay, this is a little bit better. Let's get rid of the Skull Bomb. I think that's probably the least strong card in this hand. That Free from Flesh could be good. Let's go ahead and just pass back to the opponent. I care a lot more about not getting poisoned on turn 3 than I do care about maybe getting in for this 2 points of damage. Ooh, Bloated Contaminator. That's really strong. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and slash that. Gonna play Skitterfang. We can remove an oil counter, target the experiment, and then we'll give it let's give it Vigilance. So now the opponent can choose to block if they want, or if they don't block, then we can block with the experiment on the way back in. Cool. Okay, that was totally fine. That's pretty much what we wanted. That's the thing about this card. It's really good, in my opinion. I mean, a 2-mana 3/1 is usually pretty good. It's vulnerable because it has a toughness of 1, but like if this card gets in, get Toxic 2 early game is really strong. And looks like they played another one. Okay, and we can't play anything, so alright. I don't know how we go from getting 11 lands in the top, what did we say? 14 or 15 cards last game to getting land screwed on the following game with like the complete opposite reactions. Whatever. Okay, so they get it for 3, we take, we get 2 poison counters. And we'll go to turn. Alright, so we got our 4th land. Let's play the Chimera. This should at least somewhat effectively block either one of these guys. Yeah, opponent's on 6 lands. Play Noxious Assaults. Yeah, they're gonna get in for 9, and then we'll go up to 4 poison. Okay. How do we want to do this? I think we should go ahead and rebuke the Scourge, because it has lifelink and death touch now, and that's going to be pretty annoying in the long run. I thought about drawing 3 and proliferating, but I think we can wait a turn before doing that. Okay, opponent's going to go in. Unfortunately, we have to block. Whisper of the Dross? They had to have some kind of... Okay, no. Wow. Yeah, we just got a free block off that. That's awesome. Okay, let's go to Insight. A lot of lands. Okay. I'm kind of glad that we got all those lands out of the way. Let's go and play the Mountain. Can't remember what all has haste in black and green. Let's go ahead and just swing in. I think that's a risk I can take. We'll discard one of these lands to the Fisher. Okay. Opponent's getting a lot of lands too, so that makes me feel a little better. So, okay. Let's start with the Fisher. We'll discard a Mountain. Get in for 2. And I think we're safe to go ahead and just play that land and play the Experiment. Okay, Hive Master from the opponent. We have 1 artifact. Let's play the Retrofitter on the Experiment. I think we just go ahead and swing all in. Okay, we'll go to damage. I'm trying to decide if we want to activate the Chimera. I mean, we could just Hexgold Slash the Hive Master, but really, if we just activate the Chimera, we get to draw a card and remove it anyway, so look, might as well. We get the free card out of it, so we discard a non-land. We can deal 3 damage to target creature. Go ahead and do that. That makes Retrofitter a lot more viable as a blocker, so. Alright, come on, did we get there? Okay, they're passing it back to us. They're going to swing in. We'll 100% block the token. I don't even mind if we lose the Retrofitter, honestly. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we still get the win here, I think, as long as they don't... Yeah, cool. Whew, good game. Wow. That was looking pretty bad there for a minute. Oh yeah, this hand's awesome. I mean, we have like a literal curve, like pretty much all the way up except on 3. Well, that's fine though, because we can play the Surgical Bay on turn 3 since we didn't really have a 3-drop anyway. Yeah, opponent's playing red-green. We're gonna play a Halberd. So they get a 2/2 and it has First Strike and Trample on their turn. Yeah. Well, there's a 3-drop. Trying to decide when I want to play this Surgical Bay. I really want to hit this Chimera on turn 4. It's gonna play this now. Go ahead and slash the 2/2. I hope that wasn't a mistake. Them having to pay 3 to equip this is something else. I mean, that can really take tempo off. Okay, this is good. So, play the Chimera. And let's go to combat. I think. Yeah, let's go to combat. I don't mind making this trade. Yeah, they're gonna go and make the trade. Okay. Another person playing Rebel. Okay, maybe I'm just wrong about Rebel. I mean, this is literally like the first like video that I've seen anybody play this, and all of a sudden I see like 2 people almost back to back playing this card. Let's go ahead and get in for some damage, and then we'll play the Sky Warden. We'll see if they can handle that. I think if they equip the Halberd to the Rabble and then swing in, that's pretty much a tell that they're gonna have some kind of combat trick to remove the Warden. Yeah, so here it comes. Oh. Okay. Okay. Game 5. We are 3-1, so got a pretty good record so far. This is good. Yeah. I've been loving these hands that we've been getting for the most part. Trying to decide how I want to do this. I'll probably play the Watcher in turn 2. Just in case on turn 3 we get the Rectifier to turn into a 4/4. Okay. Fuseling comes down. Right now it's just a 1 mana 1/1 with trample, but obviously we'll get a little bit bigger as time goes on. So let's start off with the Watcher. We'll slash the Fuseling if we need to. Paramorphic Expanse from the opponent. That insight could be good here in just a little bit. Let's go ahead and we'll play Mountain. We'll get in for some damage. We'll play the Slinger. Nothing to destroy, so we won't sacrifice anything. Yeah, decline that and pass it back. Yep, that resolves. Okay, looks like opponent's playing red-green. I feel like we've been seeing a lot of red-green lately. Not a lot of white or black lately. Ooh, there's the Retrofitter. What did I call it earlier? I don't even remember. Yeah, we'll play the Retrofitter. We'll turn the Watcher into a 4/4. And I think that we're going to hope that that's good enough. We'll see if the opponent wants to block the Slinger with their Fuseling. And then maybe they have some kind of combat trick, but we'd have a Hex Gold /4 if they did, so. It's like Canker Bloom. So the opponent can sack that to destroy something on our end. It's, I'm gonna go ahead and slash the Fuseling, because I know this turn I'm gonna want to play Vivisurgeon's Insight, and we're not going to have mana to do both next turn, because I know what the opponent's plan was to, you know, sack the Canker Bloom to destroy the Watcher. Ooh, Blister Zoa? For sure. Let's go to combat first, though. Do we want to swing the Retrofitter? I think that's the real question. I feel like the opponent's game plan is literally just to destroy the Watcher with the Canker Bloom. Although if they don't realize that this is an artifact, how does this read? Proliferate or destroy artifacts or enchantments? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and swing like this. I don't know if the opponent plans to destroy the Watcher. They should, but I'm gonna go ahead and let them do this. Yeah, okay. That might have been a misplay on our end, because we could have gotten a poison counter on the opponent. Although they probably would have blocked the retrofitter anyway. So let's just go back to second main and we'll insight. I don't think that we really lost any kind of value there. Not really. Because the opponent would have, well, we would have gotten in for 2 more points of damage, so they'd be at 11. I guess that's something for us to think about. Well. Yeah, let's go and play Blister Zoa. I'm excited to have a 4/4 with flying that draws cards. Okay, Cinder Slash Ravager deals 1 point of damage to everything. They're gonna get in for 3 points of damage. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be really good. So we'll play the Facade. And you just put the oil counter on for like no mana. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and do that on the Blister Zoa while the opponent's tapped out and doesn't have any interaction. We'll deal 5 points of damage to the Ravager. And then we'll get in for all this sweet damage. Get our opponent at 5. If we'd swung the right way, that 1 turn, they'd be at 3 at the moment. So they would have been on a 1 turn clock. We'll see if that affects much. Okay, Batter Fist comes down. Gonna put Steward down as well. Skitterfang's gonna give the Chimney Rabble lifelink, right? Furnace Skull Bomb. That's pretty good. Let's go and start with that. So, play the Skull Bomb. We will activate the Skull Bomb. Put the 2 oil counters on Blister Zoa. We gotta be careful with our own life total here. So we're at 13. Do we have an effective way to block whatever gets lifelink from this Skitterfang? That's what we need to keep on our minds right now. I'm gonna play Escaped Experiment, and I'm gonna play an island to cycle their, or activate the Surgical Bay. So we'll do that. Play the island. Go to combat, swing with the Blister Zoa. No, that can't be the right call. Because the opponent could give +2/+2 to whatever gets lifelink next turn. Well, I don't know. Yeah, let's get in for the 4. We'll triple block if we have to. That doesn't sound that good, but I think I'll take that trade on whatever the opponent decides to do. Plus, the Skitterfang can only give lifelink for as long as it has oil counters to remove. Yeah, so we'll double block here. Yeah, lifelink again. That makes sense. So we will 100% block this, like so. They have a combat trick. Yeah, no combat trick. That's good. That's fine. We got 2 for 1 there, but I think we'll live. We probably should stop swinging with this Blister Zoa, though. Yeah. So I think I'd rather maybe draw 5 cards here in a minute. That'll put us over the edge, without a doubt. Apex Gold Slash, though. That could be sweet. Yeah, let's go and play the Chimera. And then I'm gonna go ahead and play land. Let's put this wall counter on somebody else. I think probably on the Chimera. Maybe I should have held on to that. I don't know. But I am going to swing in for 4. And then I think we're going to Hex Gold Slash whatever the opponent decides to give lifelink to. Okay, they're gonna loot. They're not gonna give lifelink to the engraver because now it's tapped. They're gonna molten rebuke the chimera. That's fine. So yeah, we messed up with that wool counter for sure on the facade. We should have just used it whenever we wanted to. Okay, they're gonna remove the counter. They're gonna give lifelink, I guess. Yeah, they're gonna give lifelink to the token. Oh, they're gonna swing all in. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and slash there, and then now we just win the game, right? Yeah. Oops. Good game. Yeah. We're on the play. Could be okay since we're playing more lands. It's a little risky though. I don't know if I want to risk this because we don't. We'll keep it. We're on the play. If the opponent doesn't do anything on turn 1, lands Skull Bomb. Okay, that's fine. We got a mountain, so unfortunately, yeah, we're gonna really need an island here. Probably the next 2 or 3 draws. Dune Mover comes down. We're up against white black. Yeah, this is going south pretty fast. We're gonna play the Centurion. Oh yeah, it's the yeah. I'd prefer not to start getting poison counters that get proliferated off this thing. So let's go and block. We're really gonna need an island like this turn. Okay. Free from Flesh doesn't do anything on its own, so I think we're just gonna have to sit here until we get an island, unfortunately. Yep. Want to get some for 2? Play the Head Cleaver. And there's another mountain. Alright. Well, we're gonna get punished on this one. I think it's literally just the lands that we're getting losses from. Like, our decks are good, and then we get, like, I don't know, a few games ago where we lost to getting 11 lands in the first 15 cards, and then this turn, or this game, I mean, I guess we took a risky hand, sure. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, we're playing 2 colors. Like, the odds of us getting only mountains in 5 lands, 12 cards, pretty unlikely. Let's go to Molten Rebuke on the... I'm gonna do it on the Head Cleaver. If we get an island, we're gonna be able to block either one of these, but we do get drained for 2 off that Executioner Thane. And we keep our opponent off of Corrupted, at least for a minute. Okay. There's the island we needed. We can play the Chimera, and then we can pump it with Free from Flesh if we need to at some point. Especially if the opponent decides to Skull Bomb to give flying to something. I think it gives like +2/+2 and flying, if I remember correctly. They're gonna Planar Disruption. Activated abilities can't be activated. Yeah, that's good. And then I don't know, it has lethal. They had lethal with Skull Bomb. That's fine. Right? It was lethal? Yeah. Yeah, well, there's the other island. Unfortunately, too little too late. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that one up. That's alright though, we're still in it. I think this is fine. We have lands, we have our 2-drop. Free from Flesh could open up some good combat stuff at some point. Okay, got our 4th land. That's really good. I'm glad we got that. We're still going to need like 1 more land for either the Sky Warden or the Insight, but for now we're doing fine. Looks like the opponent might address the experiment. They're reading it to see exactly what it did. Probably seeing like if their, you know, X power creature is going to be able to block effectively. Yeah, so Engraver comes down. I'll go ahead and play land, and we'll just go ahead and swing in. I think they're just going to get it through. No? Okay. Let's go ahead and free from Flesh. Gets a will counters, which isn't the best on the experiment, but it does synergize with, like, I think 1 or 2 other cards in our deck. So. Yeah, Gladiator came down. If we're able to play an artifact here, that's going to help out a lot. Go ahead and play the Facade. I don't want to trade the experiment with the Gladiator because it can recur at some point. Let's go ahead and pass it back to the opponent. Really unfortunate that we got like all 5 drops back to back. It's alright. I mean, at least we have the 5 lands to be able to cast them, so I'm not even complaining too hard about that, but there were plenty of other things that we could have drawn and all that. Okay. So yeah, Centurion's going to benefit from the oil counters being on the experiment. So, why don't we go ahead and go and play at Sky Warden. We'll hold on to the Fisher until we have a land to drop with it. Sky Warden is not an artifact, so Escaped Experiment doesn't synergize with that super hard. Okay. Opponent has the hard removal for the Sky Warden. Yeah, we're gonna have to take that, unfortunately. We got Slinger and Centurion. How do we want to do this? Opponent's at 20, we're at 14. We can contribute to the board here. Make blocking a little harder on the experiment if we put Shrapnel Slinger on the battlefield. Yeah, let's go and do that. Attack the creature, we will decline. We'll swing in for 2. Doesn't matter. So we can get blown up really, really badly here. I'm going to go ahead and do no blocks, unfortunately. My line of thinking here is that they're swinging with the Head Cleaver, knowing that like we could kill it if we double blocked, but if they have removal for either one of these creatures, they're going to 2-for-1 us right then and there. So I'm going to go and play the Serum Core Chimera. They're going to have a sacrifice a creature. We'll sack the Slinger. And then I am going to go ahead and move an oil counter over to the Chimera. That way, next turn when we Insight, we can proliferate the counter on it. If we swing with the experiment, we can give -1/0 to the Centurion. They can sack the Gladiator to give it +2/+2. So it's not going to be a great combat for us. let's go ahead and pass it back to the opponent. See what they have to say about some of this. I think the opponent was thinking about playing that Edict during combat last turn, so I feel a little bit better about blocking the Head Cleaver with 2 of my creatures this turn if I so choose. Okay. And we can't just continue to take damage here. Opponent has no cards in hand. I'm going to go ahead and double block there. And now the opponent can only kill the Escaped Experiment with the Head Cleaver. Guess I could have done that either way, but they're going to force some damage through with the Centurion. They did not block the Head Cleaver because I guess they wanted to kill the Experiment, which I'm completely cool with. Okay, Necrosquito becomes a 4/4. We're going to need to find some hard removal for that card at some point. Okay, Surgical Bay comes down. We are going to go ahead and... I think we're going Vivisurgeon's Insight now. Okay. Submit 3 there. Yeah, we kind of need to be able to kill something here. I don't think we're going to be able to, though. I'm going to go ahead and... yeah, this is pretty rough. I can force them to sack the Skull Bomb with the Centurion now, and that way... No, because they'll still be able to bring back the Gladiator from the grave. We could just get a free card draw. I think I want to do that, since the Chimera is probably going to die this turn anyway. And we can only activate this as a sorcery, so... We're going to go ahead and get the free card draw. I don't think I want to force them to sack the Skull Bomb to Centurion. Yeah, we'll go ahead and decline this one. We'll end up jump blocking the Necrosquito with the Chimera. We'll do no attacks. Because we might have to block the Centurion with the with our Centurion as well. Okay. So they're gonna go in for some damage. They could just clear our board here. I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. I feel like the opponent gonna block like that. Yeah, they'll bring back Gladiator. They'll sack the Gladiator. +2/+2 to their Centurion. Necrosquito becomes a 5/5. What? No. So we can play... Let's see, we have, what, 6-7 mana available? Play a couple chump blockers, but we're still going to lose this fight in the long run. Problem is, like, we have to play a flyer, which means that we have to play this. I'm not too worried about the facade not getting tapped. We got a Watcher, which that's really gonna help. Let's go ahead and drop the mountain. We're not gonna need that. Play an island. We'll play the Watcher. Okay. Still gotta do no attacks, unfortunately. We gotta get rid of this Necrosquito at some point. And this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. I mean, the fact that, like, if we could have prevented getting those poison counters in the early game, the opponent wouldn't have all these options for, like, stacking Dysenturion, getting all this damage through, pumping Necrosquito. I mean, allowing your opponent to get us corrupted is, I mean, it's a really good ability with a lot of really good payoffs. So we already know we gotta block this. We'll block here, and then we might be able to keep our Watcher around. Or really, we could, I don't know, we could just block with the Watcher, and then we could block there too. That way we've kind of forced the Centurion. Actually, you know what? Let's not make this complicated. We'll decide if they want to pump the Centurion. We can finally kill it with the Fitcher if we want to, and then maybe we'll find a way to kill the Necrosquito. Okay, so we're going to trade pretty much all the way across, except the Necrosquito is going to stay alive. I don't even know what we have to remove that, to be honest. Yeah. So we'll draw a card off of the Watcher. Eye of Malcator. That'll give us some options for, what does that do for us? Okay. We have to deal with an 8/8. We gotta get something in the air. We can start with Eye of Malcator. We'll scry 2. We don't need either one of these. We'll play the Skull Bomb. We'll pay 1 to sack it. Let's see what we have, but I don't remember. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and scoop that one up. That's alright though. We went 4-3, which honestly is a good record. We got plenty of rares in our draft. Definitely not bummed about that. It was pretty unfortunate that 2 of our games we lost to just our lands. I mean, 2 losses just to lands feels bad. It's like if the deck worked those other 2 times, like we'd still be in the running, but it's okay. So I'm glad you guys watched. Thanks for checking me out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure to check out the video I link above, and as always, definitely subscribe. We're 1 subscriber away from firing off our free raffle. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.